Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Yatri Kulavrao Bhagat. I am the assistant professor in SHSR College, Arjuni Murgaon. Today, we are going to discuss the topic of the syllabus BSc 4th semester, paper 1 Inorganic Chemistry, affiliated course to the RTMNU Nagpur University. Topic name is redox potential, reduction oxidation potential. At the starting of the chapter, we are going to discuss the terminologies, the disproportionation, comproportionation. Disproportionation is a self-redox reaction in which a species itself undergoes oxidation and reduction. We are taking here the two combined half reactions of copper, in which copper in the first reaction it donates the electron. Copper one positive species, it donates the electron and converts into the copper to positive. The two species of the coppers which are present. So out of two, one of those species is a donor and another Cu positive is the acceptor. So it will converted into the Cu solid form. So one of the species is getting oxidized by donating electron, and then another species which will be getting reduced by accepting electron, and the self redox, the same copper positive, it undergo oxidation and reduction. That's why it is called as self redox. And this reaction it is called as disproportionation reaction. So here 2 Cu positive gives Cu2 positive and the Cu in the form of solid which will be deposited. Next is the comproportionation reaction. Comproportionation reaction, for that we have taken example of silver. Now in comproportionation reaction, it is exactly opposite to disproportionation. In comproportionation, one of the species is highly oxidized and another species is the solid material. So we are getting intermediate species after the reduction and oxidation. So here example of Ag2 positive, which will be aqueous solution. In that Ag in the form of solid elemental form, that will be added. So what happens? Silver, which will be in the solid form, it will donate electron, which will be accepted by the aqueous ion Ag2 positive, and thus it will convert into the what? Ag positive. So Ag2 positive by accepting one electron converts to Ag1 positive. In the similar manner, those solid Ag which is in the elemental form, it also donates one electron and acquires one positive charge. Thus, it also converts into the Ag positive. So that's why we are getting two Ag positive in aqueous form, and the required potential for this conversion it is plus 1.18. So the simultaneous reduction oxidation will be takes place in the disproportionation. In the similar manner, simultaneous reduction oxidation takes place in comproportionation also. But there are the what? There in disproportionation, only one species is there which will be oxidized and reduced. Here, in case there are the two species, one of species is getting oxidized and another species is getting reduced. So this is the what? Comproportionation. Now next is the Latimer diagram we are going to understand. The Latimer diagram is also explains the same consequences of the reduction and the oxidation. It is the simple type of representation to understand series of the same element which are undergoing oxidation and the reduction. Here we are taken ClO4. Starting from the ClO4 we are moving up to the Cl. Means what? In the in every step, in the each step, what happened? The oxygen is removed. So ClO4 is converted to ClO3, ClO2, HClO2. Hydrogen addition will be takes place. Means it is also the another way it can called as a reduction. HClO, then Cl2 and Cl. In this case, what we see here, from ClO4 to ClO3, arrow is shown. What arrow is indicating here? Arrow is indicate that the ClO4 will be getting reduced towards the arrow and then converted into the ClO3. Means ClO4 it is a highly oxidized species and ClO3 is a corresponding reduced species. And the reduction potential it will be shown on the arrow. So the reduction potential for this conversion of ClO4 to ClO3 it is 1.201, and in the similar manner there are the various species shown in the Latimer diagram as it is the graphical representation. It is the one of the type of representation to in at one glance we can access all the species and their potential. So the species of ClO4 first species is having here +7 oxidation state and the last species is having -1 oxidation state. So it is continuously decreases +7, +5, +4, +3, +2, 0 and -1. So at a glance in the Latimer diagram you can understand this type of uh, reduction potential in the species of the element only Cl. Okay, so this is the what Latimer diagram. Next, we are going to understand again the Frost diagram. While learning Frost diagram, this is also one of the type of graphical representation. In the Frost diagram, all is for the convenience of the reduction oxidation potential. Data to access the reduction potential and oxidation potential of the similar species. So here what important information provided by the Frost diagram. Here you can see the 2 points they are given. The points which is present above it is the highest reduction potential value which will be, and the lower is present here. That is the lower having the lower reduction potential value. Here most stable oxidation state which is present below the 2 points, and the species which is present the line drawing to join the 2 points, and the species which is present above having the higher oxidation. This is also the unstable species, but it has higher oxidation potential. So the Frost diagram is again showing here species liable to undergo reduction. The species which is present above it is highly oxidized species and which is able to accept the electron. So this is the highly reducible species as compared to this one. So here again oxidation number unstable with the respect to comb proportionation. Here the two diagrams we can understand from here. The species which is present above it is unstable and undergo comb proportionation. Sorry, which is present below it undergoes. These are undergoing comb proportionation, and the species which is present above the line, it will undergo disproportionation. So from these two diagrams, the Frost diagram can also explain the comproportionation and disproportionation phenomenon as there is what increasing in the electron volt. This is the Frost diagram simple representation. 0, 1, 2, 3. This is the positive scale, and it is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 negative scale where the electron volt is continuously increasing. Here is the increase in the oxidation number of the species. As we have seen the chloride atom, chloride ion from ClO4 to Cl, there is an increase in the oxidation state or decreasing in the oxidation state from the plus 7 to plus minus 1 that we have seen. In the similar manner, the species which are present here, they have to place in the Frost diagram. So, uh, as we have seen previously, the species which are present above and below the line, if I will join this line, the species which is present above, it undergo disproportionation. And if I will join these 2 points, 0 and 3, so the species which is present below will be undergo comproportionation, that will be shown by the Frost diagram. So here the standard potential for any electrochemical reaction is given by the slope of the line connecting to the two species on the Frost diagram. So by taking the slope, we can give standard electrochemical for standard potential in between these 2 points. What is the electrochemical change and the potential difference change which will be takes place, that will be given by the slope obtaining from the 2 points which are joining. Next, again the application of the Frost diagram to explain the stability of the nitrogen atom species. Here the nitrogen atom species are shown by one of the blue line and another is shown by the red line. So these are the species of the NH3, derivative of the NH3 as the oxygen is getting continuously added. So here the potential at the NH2OH is most high and it will undergo disproportionation that we have already explained. Then the species NO also undergo disproportionation. Here N2O4 is also undergo disproportionation. In the similar manner, here N2O, NO2 and NO3 will be undergoing comproportionation reactions as they are present below the 2 points. Okay, if we join NO and N2O4, so it will undergo comproportionation. Here again NH4, the red line is showing continuously the graph is increasing. It has the highest reduction potential value, highest oxidizing species HNO3, we know that is the nitric acid. Then N2O4, HNO2, NO, N2O, N2 nitrogen gas. In between these two, N2H5 and N2, this NH3OH will be the what? Highest oxidation potential, highest reduction potential value it will have, and it will accept the electrons from these two and will undergo disproportionation as it is present in as we are drawing the line N2H5 and N2 in between these two. So this will undergo disproportionation. So this is the Frost diagram for the nitrogen atom. In the similar manner for the MnO4, here we can understand by seeing this diagram because Mn2 positive is present below, so it will give comproportionation, and here the potential is continuously increases. This is the highest oxidizing species, and here it is the Mn2 positive is the lowest reduction potential containing species. This is the diagram for the stability field of water. Stability field of water is the concept of what any species, if we are added to the water, if it is liberating the hydrogen gas, means it is unstable. If it is liberating oxygen gas, it is also unstable. Why? Because as it will liberating hydrogen gas, means species is donating two electrons to the water, and as it is, as the species is unstable, it is reactive. It will donate two electrons to the water, and then converted into the, by accepting the two H positive ions from the water, it will convert it into the hydrogen gas. Thus the species is unstable. That in the similar manner, if oxygen is present in the water H2O, oxygen is already present, and it will combine any species undergo uh, if liberating oxygen gas, means what, it is reacting with the water, and then it will uh, donate electron, it will, sorry, accept the electron from the water, and as it accepts the electron from the water, oxygen will be combined with the again H positive, 4 H positive, and the 4 electrons will be removed in the form of oxygen, and thus two water molecules are liberating. Okay, so again it will what, it is unstable species. So any species, if we are added to the water, if it is unstable, so it will liberate hydrogen gas or the oxygen gas, and the area in between these two, the lower shaded line or dashed line, indicates the hydrogen over voltage. Above dash line indicates oxygen over voltage. If we are supplying the potential here above this, so it will liberate oxygen gas above 1.229, so it will liberate oxygen gas, and here below 0, this is the hydrogen over voltage, because we know that the standard hydrogen electrode potential is 0 electron volt, and below this minus 0.829, so it will liberate hydrogen gas again. So this is the hydrogen over voltage, and in between this, the area which is present, that is called as the stability field of water. So any species will be stable only in this region. Above this region and below this region, the species will be unstable, and this area it is called as stability field of water. Even we can move here on the right hand side and towards the left hand side. So there is a pH scale. Now pH is also affecting the stability field of water. As the pH is increases from 2 to 10, the normal, we know the normal water which is present in the lake, ponds, rivers, so it has the pH of 4 to 9. And since we have already seen oxygen over voltage above this and hydrogen over voltage below to 0, so here again two boundaries we are deciding, pH is equal to 4 and pH is equal to 9. So in between this region, any species if it is present, so it will be a stable species. So this area or this region, it is called as stability field of water.